Council's weeds inspection process is a systematic approach of inspecting all properties in our localities. We treat everyone the same, whether it's a public piece of land or private. Some of the things that holds us back can be we come across locked gates or people defer to inspection because they'd like to be part of it. We always encourage people to be part of our inspection program. We're there to provide education on the identification of those weeds. It's quite often better to see the weeds in their setting on your property rather than looking at pictures because plants change the way they look throughout the season. The ways we identify the properties that are going to be inspected depends on the time of the year. We try and get to most properties over our inspection cycle. There is a large number of properties. We work on a 4-year cycle, so if we didn't get to some properties in the spring in this cycle, then we try and get to those properties in the next cycle, and it's based on priorities, especially if you're looking for some of the more common widespread weeds, where you're looking at trying to get where those weeds are least, the optimum time to inspect for those plants. Council produce a list of properties that are going to be inspected. Some of those are just routine inspections, others are specific inspections or follow-up inspections. That list is then passed on to the inspectors to try and aim to get letters out to the landowners at least a month prior to the inspection. The letter has a month that we're going to come through. We encourage you to ring up and make an appointment. We have 2 Michaels, which makes it a bit more difficult, so if you're ringing up making an inspection, then always use their last name as well. It also has a little fact sheet on the process for inspecting. What will happen is they'll walk around, take photographs, come back to the office and enter that detail into our system. A report is sent out to the landowner with some fact sheets and what weeds were found and what the requirements are under the Biosecurity Act. It'll have a list of the different weeds, their management of options, what the risk and impact of those plants are and their legal obligation. A lot of the widespread weeds, these will be just looking at minimisation. Other weeds like gauze and fireweed will say eradication. If you have any concerns or questions in regards to the report, please call the officer. It's listed on the bottom of the letter. Once you've received your report, the next inspection, depending on the risk and impact of that plant and how widespread it is, could range from 3 months to within the next 4-year cycle. If you have a good control program, we'll schedule that in the next 4 years. But if we find some weeds on a property where they are causing an impact, we may schedule that inspection within 3 months. If there's an important weed that you should be controlling, then we will schedule a follow-up inspection. If you want to make an inspection time, please call into council to make those arrangements.